Hello to Ollie, beautiful people on the internet. As you can tell, I'm still a little bit sick. If you saw on my post that I said I'm not continuing it, the create the story stuff, I'm just gonna hold it off for a while until I can be well enough. I can do the ranking video because then I can cut and pause and stop whenever I need to do a new character. So it'll just be ranking videos for now. When I get well enough, I will go back and do a whole bunch of stories that I want to do on their own. So we'll be caught up to speed. So we're going to be ranking the characters that only appear in the volume 3 of The Walking Dead right here, Safety Behind Bars. We're only going to be ranking them during their contribution to the story only. Okay, not because of the other stories. They do not matter. They may matter in what it may affect in the later story, but not what they do in the later stories. The other stories are not allowed to be compared to just the story. It's just that. So let's get on to the rankings. So first up, it's going to be Ben and Billy. As usual, because again, they don't do anything in the story whatsoever. They are just now Alan's kids, since last book his wife was killed. All they do is they eat the food, they play the toys, they have a little reality check from Alan saying that everyone's going to die. And yeah, that's pretty much their story. Nothing much going on. Only one of them speaks during the entire book. So yeah, pretty much Ben and Billy are useless in this book. Next up is Julie. Julie doesn't really do much in the comics. She's not in it very long. She does just help babysit the children from time to time. She eventually has sexual intercourse with Chris, which is revealed that they plan to shoot each other so they can be together in heaven. But unfortunately, Chris shoots too quickly, which kills her instead. She comes back, and she is the first person to turn that has not been bitten, which makes everyone realize, oh, even if you're not bit, you can die and just come back. And this actually breaks Tyrese a lot. It breaks him so much. And just like Julie, Chris is next. He doesn't do anything much. He mainly bitches about not being allowed to shoot guns, instead looking after the kids. He attempts the pact he has with Julie. He shoots Julie quickly, which leads him to be sad and depressed. When Julie turns, he puts her down again, but this angers Tyrese and he strangles the boy to death. That's it for Chris. Bye bye. Next is Otis. Surprisingly, he was only really in one scene, but we do learn that he and Patricia did break up. Next up is Patricia. Again, useless, doesn't really do much, but all she does is she does the dumbest stuff ever. She releases the killer who killed Rachel and Susie, wanted to help him get out, but instead gets attacked. And then another stupid thing she does is she helps Dexter and Andrew kick the rest of the group out. She was so stupid in this book. Next is Billy Green, another pretty much useless character. All he does is he helps his father burn the bodies of the zombies. He does help clear out the gymnasium. He is mourning the loss of Rachel and Susie, who do die in this comic, and blames his father for it. That's pretty much his story. Nothing much I can say about him, really. Next up is going to be Alan. Alan doesn't really do anything in this book either. The only things he does is he mourns the death of his wife. He shields the children from a lot of the horrible stuff that happens. And at one point, in the beginning of the book, he does help get more ammo for everyone when they're trying to clear out the prison. That's all he does. He's just there babysitting and looking after his kids. He's pretty much useless in this book. Next up is Carol. She doesn't really do much. All she does is she is all lovey-dovey with Tyrese. Sometimes it gets a little erratic, and she does help she does help Laurie with with her pregnancy from time to time, telling her that she doesn't look too fair, she's just getting pregnant and such, and while also looking after her daughter Sophia. That's pretty much all she does. Next up is Maggie. She doesn't really do much. She is mainly there as Glenn's girlfriend, sorry. And she does notice the death of Rachel and Susie, which causes her so much grief that she tries to break up with Glenn. But then she gets fed up, goes out, realizes Thomas is escaping, and just shoots him a bunch of times. Which is pretty badass if you ask me, you know. Next up is Sophia. Um, all she does is her romantic relationship with Carl develops more. She finally gets a kiss and a little cheeky smile from Carl. And in the beginning she complains there's no food, and then afterwards, when they're all safe and secure, she isn't too keen around Alan. That's pretty much all there is to the story of her. Next, surprisingly, is Carl. Carl Grimes is next. He doesn't really do anything much. All he is developing his romantic relationship with Sophia. He hates most adults except his mother and father and such. And he does get scared when Rick beats up Thomas Richards. And that's it. That's all he does in the story. He doesn't really do anything. Wish he did. The guy's a genius. Next is Andrew. He doesn't really do anything. All we learn is that he was in jail for drug possession. He is in a romantic relationship with Dexter, but it doesn't seem like Dexter is fully committed to it. And all he does is he helps try and break Dexter out of jail, but that doesn't happen. But he does help Dexter get some guns to try and kick the group out. That's pretty much all he does. He's pretty much only there to create a little bit more conflict. Next up is Axel. All we know is that he is in jail for armed robbery. He does help around from time to time. Does get a little bit creepy during the middle of the story, but he is a nice person. He's probably the only good person that is in that prison, because he doesn't try anything with the group. He wants to, be helpful and stay with them. Next is Dexter. Dexter, he does welcome the group in. He shows them around a lot. He helps them a lot. He is accused of killing Rachel and Susie because he is in jail for killing people, but that was only for his wife and boyfriend. He is very angry that he was jailed for something he did not do. So in the end, after Rick releases him and tells him that no, it wasn't him, and hope there's no conflict. There's conflict because he tells Andrew to go get the guns and help release him. They get the guns, and he's trying to force Rick to get out. Next is Herschel Green. I know, surprising, it's Herschel that's next. Why isn't he in the top? Herschel doesn't really do much of anything in the story. He does agree to bring everyone from the farm to the prison for more security. He apologizes to Rick for attempting to shoot him while he was out of his mind for grief. He discovers the body of Rachel and Susie and is in mourning when he finds out that Thomas Richards is the one responsible for the deaths. He wants to watch him die. That's pretty much all he does. Oh, he also helps with the farming stuff as well. Next is Rachel and Susie. Again, we're putting them together. They don't really do anything. They're just there as extra characters, and they are the biggest kills in this book. They both get their heads cut off by Thomas Richards. That sends the whole murder investigation thing that happens in the story. That's all they contribute. Next up is Thomas. He doesn't really do anything much. Kidding, he does. He fakes a romantic relationship with Patricia, or meanwhile is the intention to kill her. He says he's in there for tax fraud, but it's not, because it was pretty much a high stakes prison if you're there with a murderer and armed robbery. He attempts to kill Andrea but fails. He's punched to death by Rick, and then afterwards, when Patricia tries to help release him, the stupid woman she is, he tries to kill her, but then Maggie shoots him 1,000,000,000 times to the stomach. Next up is Glenn. Pretty much most of the characters that appear in the first and second volume, they don't really do anything. In the third volume, I'm wondering what is going on. Pretty much Glenn and Maggie are fully on with each other. Any place they go to, they find the perfect opportunities to have sexual intercourse. Herschel doesn't mind it, as long as his daughter is happy. He tries to support Maggie during the grief of the loss of Rachel and Susie. They do have a little breakup, but that's just out of Maggie's worry and such. So yeah, pretty much. Oh, and that haircut for Glenn, it was absolutely stupid. I don't know why you would make Glenn bald. Next up is Andrea. Again, she doesn't do much. She does help to clear out walkers and such. She has a very sweet relationship with Dale. And she is the one who discovers the real murderer of Rachel and Susie, who unfortunately gets her iconic scar on her cheek. And yeah, that's pretty much what happens with Andrea in this one. Next is Dale. Again, another character who doesn't really do anything in the story. All he does is he helps around with the group. He helps arrest Dexter, which turns out is not the killer. He helps Andrea stitch up her face while he helps clean Rick's broken hands. And at the end of the story, he starts to think maybe Rick's not fit to be the leader by himself. That's pretty much all there is. Next up is Laurie Grimes. She's getting more pregnant by the day, the usual pregnant stuff, vomiting every morning, self-esteem gets lower as she becomes more fat. She complains a lot. Her hormones drive herself crazy. When the murders of Rachel and Susie happen, she instantly blames the murderer without even taking a thought of asking him questions and such, the usual interrogations stuff and all. She worries about Rick a lot when he goes out or when he goes crazy, and that's pretty much it for Laurie. Next up is Tyrese. He does quite a few things in this book. He still has the romantic relationship with Carol. He helps clear out the walkers in the prison with Rick. He discovers the prisoners with Rick. He mourns the death of his daughter Julie, and he strangles bitchy Chris after he puts Walker Julie down. He helps clear out the gymnasium while going crazy mode, which I think is awesome, by the way. And he helps capture the killer Thomas. So yeah, that's pretty much what happens there. And lastly, but of course not the very least, it is obviously Rick. He's the only one that does bug all in this thing. He helps clear out the prison with Tyrese. He discovers the prisoners, brings everyone into the prison, assigns everyone to their cells. He helps bring Herschel's family back to the prison, and he realizes that after seeing that Julie turned without being bitten, that he goes to put down Zombified Shane, which I didn't really see the point of. And he goes back, discovers that Rachel and Susie were murdered. Sorry about that. And then discovers that, the murderer was actually Thomas. Beats him up, and then after Maggie kills him, tosses his body out. That's pretty much what happens with Rick. So yeah, in this book, nothing really happens. That must be surprising for everyone. So yeah, like I said, nothing really happens in the story. All they do is just, oh, someone's dead. Who is it? It's the Tuxford guy. I mean, oh, you can come back even if you are not bitten. I mean, what really happens in this book? Literally, someone tell me what happens. Robert, if you were writing this book, what were you thinking? Nothing happens. There's no plot. Magnus Robert, if you are watching this, and if you've seen the previous ranking videos that I've done, I'd love to see your ranking videos on these comic characters. Thank you all very much for watching. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe. If you don't like what you see, if you leave a dislike or go away, I do not care. And have a good day.